Yes, ma'am.
How are you now?
Ma'am?
How are you now?
Fine, ma'am. Fine.
Okay. Whether you have attended the class in the last week, any classes?
First class I have attended, ma'am.
Class.
On second.
It's okay. Of
Eh,
IT.
no, ma'am. GST I attended full classes, ma'am. Afterwards, I didn't attend any classes, ma'am. Today I will watch the recording classes and everything.
Okay. Oh, still you're sick, I guess.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
You can take care of yourself. And what about Bhavana? How are you feeling now?
Fine, ma'am.
Better? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then great. So let me share my screen. Okay, we have completed the slides of till six. We are in the sixth slides. So let us go ahead with the next concept. So today we are going to learn about income tax TDS on payment. So we have a varieties of heads. So let us go in depthly what and all, how much has to be paid and what is the penalty they have to pay and which date they have to pay. Everything we are going to learn. So we know that we have a two certificates. One is the Form 16, which will be provided only for salary based, and Form 16A certificate will be provided for other payments of TDS. Regarding TDS, other payments, it can be a professional tax, wealth tax, rent tax, quality test charges, marketing charges, as well as we have a varieties of taxes of direct tax, which consider direct tax. So both those kind of things will be provided. 16A certificate. So already these things we have learned with the PAT also practical of accounting. Here also we are going to learn. Is that clear? Any doubts for anyone? Anyone have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So first, let us go ahead with the TDS on salary. Okay, we'll be going to learn one by one regarding we have a heads of salary. So based on that, so first we have salary. So in the salary, what and all it contains, and who will be going to deductor, and who will be the deductee, and who will be going to pay how much, and if it is any penalties, and how much penalty has to be paid. Everything we are going to learn it now. So, TDS on salary, section 192. Please make a note. The section will be 192. The section will be section 192. It's very important while filing. Please make a note. Okay. Deducted. Here you can see any person is responsible for paying any income chargeable under the head of salaries. So here, so since it's a direct tax, whether the deductor can deduct from our hand and they can pay, as well as is if you have a tag number and if you are registered with the income tax department, means you can also go ahead and you can pay the taxes. So that is also it's possible. And tax shall not be deducted where the tax on salary income of the employees is nil after considering all the allowances and deductions. So here, if you are like after deducting all the salaries and other stuffings, so if you're getting a nil, after that nil means obviously your taxes is not going to deduct. So since we have a slab rate, based on the slab rate, we are going to deduct tax. Okay, and tax will be deducted as to be computed at slab rates. So based on the slab rates, we have to deduct that. And status of the employers is not relevant. So that is deductor can be the individual or into undivided family, company, etc. So that is the status is employer is not relevant. So if you go for any company, just take it as example, I am working in FinPro. So in the FinPro, So before giving the salary for me, they will be going to deduct the tax amount, what and all the tax amount has to be paid. So the company management deductor will be going to deduct my salary. In that my salary, according to my knowledge, they'll be going to deduct 280 rupees, 284 rupees. They'll be going to deduct for per month, and they'll be going to behalf of me. They'll be going to pay for the government. So that is how it will be. That is deducted can be individual or it can be a Hindu undivided family or he can be a company also. Okay, and also time of deduction. At what time they have to deduct this tax amount? So at the time of actual payment of salary. So while doing the payment of salary, actual salary when they are going to pay. So before that, what they have to do? They have to deduct this particular tax and they have to give for the employees. Is that clear? You guys,
Yes, ma'am.
any doubts for anyone?
No, ma'am.
Bhavan, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So, guys, today and tomorrow we'll be having completely theory, and from Wednesday we are going to do practically. Okay. So, fine. So, case study we have a TDS competition on salary. Mr. A is that 45 years old individuals whose salary is per month 75,000 during the financial year 2023, 22, and 23. Compute the TDS to be deducted if he has opted for the old regime of taxation. If he opted the old regiments, obviously he has to the standard rate will be 50,000. If he opted for the new regiments, the standard rate will be 75,000. Since you guys are not attended a single class also, you guys have to go through the each and every record. Then only you'll be getting to know that what is the standard rates and other stuff is. Okay, is that clear, guys?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, okay, fine. So I'll be explaining now. So later you can go one by one each and every recording. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So gross salary per annum is 75,000 into 12. It will be per annum. Since it's a per annum, we are going to pay the taxes. So we'll be calculating based on the income 9 lakh. So less standard deduction since they have taken old regime, it will be 50,000. If it is a new regime, means it will be 75,000. It will be standard fixed rate as well as total income will be 8 lakh 50,000. And tax payable. So we have a section 7, so where you will be going to pay 2,50,000 on your based on your total income. 2 lakh into 0% plus based on the slab rates we are telling. Okay, so 2,50,000 into 5 percentage and 3,50,000 into 20 percentage. The taxable amount, if you do the bifurcation like this, means you will be getting 82,500. So education cess will be compulsory 3,300 and net taxable will be 85,800. So the total net taxable amount will be, so based on the 9 lakh you're going to pay 85,800 as a tax for the government and TDS to be deducted per month. So from your salary, how much they are going to deduct? 7,150. So this is what they are going to deduct from your salary. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If you want, you can take a snapshot of this. Later, you guys can work. Okay, fine. So TDS on interest other than interest on securities. So interest is nothing that we are not getting the amount. It's a penalty price. It's a where we are going to like if we did not pay on time, means we have to pay the certain percentage of amount as a penalty. So that is what the thing. Applicability TDS shall not be deducted only if the payments during the financial year exceed the following threshold limit. So already you guys have learned in the tally. So we had accrued expenses that we have used for TDS for the rent as well as professional charges as well as marketing activities plus quality test charges. Do you all remember that in the normal tally accrued expenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that is what here. So you can see that limit for with the effective it will be going to effect from, so since it's a 2025 rule, according to 2025 rule, it's a with the effect from 1st April 2025. So you can see rupees 50 lakh per month. Okay, per annum. So rupees 50,000 per annum and rupees 1 lakh in the case of senior citizen. So in the case of senior citizen, if they are getting a amount still they did not paid. So limit. So the limit will be you can see. So per annum how much it should be 50,000 per annum. For senior citizen it will be 1 lakh. The limitations whether the payer of such interest is banking company. So they can pay through banking company and they can if it is a banking company means it should be like a cloud company, cloud softwares and all they're using means they can go ahead with directly. If it is rupees 50,000 per annum means cooperative as society engaged in the banking business. So senior citizens also same 1 lakh. And if it is a 50 lakh per annum means 1 lakh in the case of senior citizen. Post office under any schemes from by the central government means they have to. And so for everyone the 10 percentage will be fixed guys. Okay, for who and all they have, how much the interest they have to pay. So that is the thing they have given here. So 10 lakh rupees, 10,000 per annum. It can be a rent or else professional charges or else quality test as well as marketing. These are the will be considered as a any other cases. So this will be considered other cases. In that situation, if it is a 10,000 per annum, if they are getting about 10,000 per annum means automatically, so they can go ahead with the 10% TDS on the interest. Okay. So any other cases, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, let us go for the next one. Winning from lottery or crossword puzzles, sections will be 194B. So these things already we have discussed in previous slides. That is a so where you'll be having aware of that. So Kerala lottery and all will be having. So which you'll be going to very familiar with that. I all know that about Kerala lottery, Akshay and Bhavana. We all know about that cross puzzle
No.
Cross
online
puzzle,
gaming.
I know about cross puzzle, man. Number finding.
Okay. Yes. So this is lottery. So you'll be investing on you'll be investing 1,000 rupees or 100 rupees, and they'll give some kind of chint. And if you got the same number means obviously, if you are win means you'll be getting the amount so according to my knowledge last year one person from Mandya, so he got a lottery of 1 crore from Kerala. So if he is getting a lottery also he has to pay the taxes. And also you'll be knowing you'll be aware of this Gilly Nata who on the Big Boss. So he is also getting a 50 lakhs, but also he has to pay the taxes also based on this because that is all entertainment purpose. So that's the thing they will be paying, they will be deduct certain amount from the total amount and they has to pay. So he will be not going to pay. We have to see the one who are paying. So one who are payer, okay, one will be going to pay for this Gilli Nata. That person has to deduct certain amount, percentage of amount. So based on the slab rate, and he has to deduct and he has to pay for the government. So remaining amount before paying to him, he has to deduct and he has to pay. So that is what the structure. So here cross puzzle already have said you that online we have a varieties of gaming activities. So in what is that Rummy Circle as well as we have a varieties of games. While like I will be paying certain amount and will be playing based on that, and later we'll be getting one to double after we are going to win. Am I right? That is how it will be, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Gambling. So that is what the thing. So here, who will be the deductor and who will be deductee and what is the percentage TDS will be there. Everything we will discuss one by one. Deductor. Any person is responsible for paying any sum by the way of winning from lottery, crossword puzzles, or other game of any sort. So here, since it's a direct tax, anybody will be responsible. The deductor also can pay, deductee also can pay, everyone can pay. So, but the thing is, they have to pay certain amount, or else automatically the IT department will come to your home. So that is how it will be. And deductive will be the who will be the deductive. So deductor means one who are going to deduct. Okay, so it can be individuals or an into undivided family. It can be a company, firm, whatever it may be. So the person, one who are going to file, one who are going to uh, they will be going to deduct from your total amount. Just take it as an example. Akshay. So Akshay will be my client. So he'll be my employee, and I'll be going to pay him certain 50,000 will be his salary. So don't want 50,000. He got a lottery amount. Okay, so 50 lakhs he got a lottery amount. What I'll be going to do means, so before I pay, okay, before I pay, I'll be deducting certain percentage of amount from your total amount. 50 lakhs I'm going to deduct. So according to that, 30% will be going to deduct, and rest of the amount I'll be going to give for you. Is that clear? So
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is the person, one who are deducting, that will be known as a deductor. Deductive means, so one who are going to pay. Okay, Akshay will be the deductee and I'll be the deductor. So if he is a resident or a non-resident, whatever it may be, he has to pay the taxes amount for the government. Okay, and rate and limit for the TDS. TDS to be deducted at 30% if the amount exceeds 10,000 for a single transaction within the effective date of 1st April 2025. So according to 25 Act, so this has come. So 30 percentage on your, whether it can be a lottery or whether it can be a crossword puzzle, wherever you are getting the amount from the things, you have to pay for them. One second. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Uh, so let us continue. So, whether it can be a resident or a non-resident, both the parties has to be paid. Okay, and rate of limit of TDS. So, TDS has to be deducted 30 percentage if the amount exceeds 10,000 for single. Okay, single transaction. So, with the with the effect of 1st April. So, online games. If it is an online game, means it will be a sections 194 BA 30 percentage. So, 30 percentage you are going to pay. If it is the horse race, means it will be the section will be going to change 194 BP. Okay, so this is what the thing. And winnings in kind. Deductor shall be ensure that tax has been paid before releasing a winnings. So before releasing a winnings, the person one who are deductor has to deduct the amount, and rest of the amounts that he has to pay for the particular yeah, what is that deductive. Okay, so that is what the thing. So do you have any doubts with this?
No, ma'am.
Hello. And Bhavana, are you there, Bhavana? Bhavana is not there. Okay, fine. So next we have a case
No
study.
doubts, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So Mr. Vijay wins the lottery amount of rupees 1 lakh. What will be the amount will be receiving? Okay, so what how much you are going to receive? That's what we are going to calculate now. TDS to be deducted. So 1 lakh into 30%, since we are as already I have said you that 30 percentage based on your, so if it is a 10,000 transaction is started with, so based on the total amount you're going to do the 30 percentage, and you're going to pay for the government. Okay, so 1 lakh into 30 percentage will be 30,000. So amount received by Vijay. Okay, amount received by Vijay will be 1 lakh minus 30,000. The total how much he'll be going to receive? 70,000. So remaining 30 will be going to pay for that in the form of tax for the government. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Next, let us go for the general rules for TDS. So these are the very general rules they have given here. So first, let us discuss first one. Time of deductions will be the earlier of the payment of payment credit. Okay, the payment was made before doing the payment. They have to deduct the things what and all the tax amount has to be deduct from the employer. From the employer has to deduct the employee amount and the time of credit. So before crediting the amount, they have to deduct and then they have to pay. So that is what the thing. Then making the payments of TDS, the deductor must consider the residential status of the deductee. If the deductor is non-resident, sections 195 shall be applicable. Okay, so here you can see when they're making a payments TDS, the deductor must consider as a residential status of deductee. So he has to see that whether he's a resident or a non-resident or a not ordinary resident. Everything we are going to calculate. Then later we are going to pay. Based on that, we are going to deduct that what is the TDS amount from the actual amount. Okay, so where the deductor will be an individual or is not subject an audit in the previous year, TDS provisions shall not be applicable. Here you can see that. So the deductor should it can be an individual one who are deductor means the one who are going to file. Okay, so the deductor will be an individual, or it can be a no subject, or if he's just an accountant and he is not a tax auditor or anything means, so that doesn't matter. For the previous year, the provision shall not be applicable. These are the provisions is not applicable. He can file according to the rules. Okay, and TDS has to be deducted at the higher rate of the following cases. So some cases they have to pay with the penalty. So what is the thing will means, you can see when the deductee fails to submit the PAN or does not have a PAN, TDS will be 20%. If usually just take it as an example, that persons will be paying 1% or a 2% and 1.5% based on the slab rate. So in that situation, if the person don't have a PAN number or he didn't submit the PAN ID as well as other stuff means, obviously the amount will be going to increase. Instead of 1%, you'll be going to pay 20%. Okay, so that is how you can see that the difference amount. Okay, so that is how it will be. Is that clear? So this will be the general rules for TDS. Any doubts? Hello guys.
No, ma'am.
Doubts? No. So TDS on payment of contract. So contract means you'll be knowing that between two persons the agreement will be happened. So here you can see that any person is responsible for paying the sum of the resident contractor. So everybody is responsible. So to pay the what is the if you made a contract means obviously the paying of sum of the residential amount has to be paid for the contractor. Am I right? So if you're doing a contract means whether without payment whether they'll agree. Hello guys. No. Yes, that is what the thing. Liable to deduct the TDS at 1%. Okay. Here you can see that liable to deduct the TDS amount. If the in the contract wise, just take it as an example. If you stayed in a rental house, you have purchased you have borrowed the rental house and you are staying in that particular, you'll be the tenantee and the person, customer will be the, not customer, vendor will be the, you will be going to pay for him. So before paying, what you're going to do means, since you if the owner want to file the TDS, let him file. You can pay full amount. If the owner is not paying the TDS amount, means you can pay behalf of him. What you're going to do means you'll be going to deduct certain amount from the total amount, actual amount what you're going to pay. Within that certain amount you're going to deduct and you're going to give. So the certain amount what you have deducted, right, that will be going to pay for the TDS. So here you can see liable. If it is a contractor means liable to deduct TDS at 1% if payment is made to individual or into undivided family. If it is an individual, if he is dealing alone and he is an entrepreneur, and if is a single persons, if he is dealing without any company means in that particular time you'll be going to deduct how many percentage? 1%. Liable to deduct TDS at 2%. When you are going to deduct 2% of TDS means if the payment is made to the person other than individual, it can be a company, it can be a firm, it can be a partnership, or it can be an organization, or it can be an institution. In this particular thing, so there will be a not there won't be only one person. So there will be a 2 to 3 more than, like it can be a, depends on the company. Sometimes there will be a many partners also. So based on that, they will be paying 2% by doing the contract. Okay, so they'll do the contract, they'll be paid 2% of TDS for the government. Here, if it is a single person dealing with single person, means they'll be paying 1%. So TDS shall not apply. When TDS is not shall apply means if the amount paid does not exceed 30,000, if it is not exceeds 30,000 and the aggregate amount paid in the financial year does not exceed 1 lakh. If it is not exceeds 1 lakh, or if it is in per month wise, or if you go means it will be like it's not exist 30,000, or per annum it is not exist for 1 lakh means you are not supposed to go for any TDS payment. Okay. So if the amount paid by the individual or into undivided family, their personal purpose. So if they are paid for their personal purpose or a contract, like regarding any kind of small contract if they made, or any kind of these things, or it can be between two persons, like in a family only if they made any agreements or anything means in that particular time also we are not going to pay TDS based on the contract. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Let us go for the next. Exceptions to the sections 194C. Okay, in some cases there is exceptions. So you can see whether the payment is being made to the transporter. Okay, transporter one place to another place. If that transaction is made means, so TDS shall not be applicable if. Okay, so contract means I can like in the last slide we can see that we had a contract. So where sometimes we'll be getting a contract that we'll be having contract that we'll be issuing some 4 to 5 vehicles for the transport purpose and all this and all the stuffings will be making. Am I right in the company and all? So So if that is a situation means, so here you can see in the 194C, so where the payment has to be made, transporters TDS shall not be applicable if the number of the vehicle is less than 10. So if the number of vehicles in the contract, the number of vehicle is less than 10 means the section 194C will be applicable in that particular time. The TDS won't be exception. It will be exception, and we won't TDS shall not be applicable. Okay, and also transporter has furnished the declaration starting this. Okay, so if the particular person if he started to do that, as well as he's started to do the transport from one place to another place means, so in that situation also TDS shall not be applicable. He has a pan, and if he is have a pan means also the TDS is not be applicable. Okay, so these are the exceptional cases where the TDS will be not be applicable. Is that clear?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Okay, they have given the case study. You can just copy this. So this will be your homework for you guys.
Okay, ma'am.
The answer should tomorrow I'll show. Okay, next we have one more case study. You can take a snapshot of this. This will be also homework for you. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Let us go for the next one. TDS on commission and brokerage, section 194H. So here, I think you'll be aware of commission and brokerage. I all know that commission and brokerage. What do you mean by commission and brokerage?
Ma'am, buying on shares, we give some type of commissions to the brokers.
Yes. Yes, obviously what you said. So sometimes will be go for any like if you want to do like if you want to take any kind of regarding documents verification and other stuff, it means if you want to make it in the government sectors means obviously they'll ask for the commission. Am I right? And also not only that, so if you we have a varieties of brokers. So for rent, for house we have a brokers, house searching, as well as for a marriage purpose also we have a brokers, and for tours, and for each and every sectors we have a brokers. For them we have to provide a commission, certain percentage of commission we have to provide, and then only they will be agreed for the particular thing. So that is what I think. So for them also they have to pay the TDS according to the section 194H. Okay. So here who will be the deductor? So let us see. So deductor, any person other than the individual or in the undivided family. So any person can do the deductions. So it can be a like the other than individual or in the undivided family, responsible for paying the sum by the way of commission or a brokerage to the resident. Okay, so you'll be going to pay. So one who are paying, actually one who are going to pay for the government, one who are paying the commission, that person will be going to deduct some of the amount and will be paying for the government. So some cases, if the broker will be received a certain amount, he can also have a responsibility to pay the sum of the what is the commission he has received. He as a resident he has to pay for the government. And limit, here they have given the limit, aggregate amount paid or likely to be paid during the financial exceeds 20,000. Okay, exceeds 20,000. If it is exceeds more than 20,000 means that person, the broker will be liable to pay, and they have to pay the taxes TDS amount. So it is which is implemented on 1st April 2025. Okay, and rate of TDS. So TDS to be deducted at 2%. So based on that total turnover, what is the commission he is receiving? Based on that 2% he has to pay. And if you don't have a PAN number, PAN ID or a PAN anything you don't have means 20% he has to pay. Okay, so that is what about the commission and brokerage TDS. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So here they have given with the case study, you can see that. So Lydia, proprietor of the Lydia and Company, turnover of rupees 8 lakh, and also still he'll be the broker. Okay, so is TDS applicable here? So Lydia is planning to purchase this land. Okay, Lydia is planning to purchase this land for rupees 2 crores. The commission or brokerage payable is rupees 2 lakhs. Whether TDS is applicable?
No, ma'am.
See the question carefully and understand and tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
As last slide, I have told you all that if it is exceeds 20,000, then they have to pay the TDS. Am I right? So, but here in the case study, it is more than 20,000, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then how many percentage they have to pay?
30.
30 now. Are you all there? Are you all listening to classes? What I have told you all, TDS will be deducted 2 percentage. If they don't have a PAN, means 20 percentage. Now tell me, how many percentage?
2%, ma'am.
Don't be confused, guys. Next, okay, let us go for the next. TDS on rent. Okay, TDS on rent, section 194I. Please make a note. TDS on rent under sections 194I. So here, any person responsible for paying the rent to a resident, okay, it'll be they can pay. Everyone are responsible to pay the TDS amount. Here, you can see for the use of machinery or a plant or equipment, it will be liable to deduct. TDS will be 2%. Okay, if it is a land or a building or a furniture, liable to pay TDS will be deducted 10%. Okay, since you already will be knowing that machinery means it can be a fender, chase, and sometimes will be receiving vehicles, and sometimes will be receiving vessels and other stuffing. So in that particular time, you can pay the TDS has to be deducted 2%. When they have they are staying in the rental house as well as building or furniture based on the things. So if it is worth more than 50,000 and all work product means obviously they have to pay 10%. Okay. So here TDS will be deducted only if the aggregate amount paid or like to be paid exceeds 50,000 per month. Okay. That is applicable from 1st April 2025. So here if it is a worth of 20,000, sorry, 50,000. If the is given for more than 20,000, the rent allows that it is more than 50,000 means they have to pay compulsorily TDS, and it will be how much? How many percentage? 10%. Okay, keep in your mind. Is that clear? Hello, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Yes. So that is what thing. So let us go for here. You can see here the case study they have given. The company where you are working is functioning on a rental premises. Monthly rent has to the of the office is 80,000. It's more than 80. If it is a 50,000 per month, it's a compulsory we have to apply. Am I right? So here you can see that 80,000 analyze the TDS applicability. What will be the entry past year? So how much TDS you are going to pay? How many percentage?
10%, ma'am.
Very good. You are going to pay 10%. And what will be the journal entry if it is due? And what is the journal entry if it is paid? Rent charges. Let's come on, guys. Already you have learned in the tally of your expenses. There you have done practically also. Now you can tell me that. Okay, let me tell you. So rent account data to rent payable account. Okay, so that will be the due entry you'll be going to record in the journal entry, as well as payment entry rent payable account data to ICICI Bank or whichever the bank you are going to pay. Is that clear? Please make a note. This and all the stuffing is very important for the interview point. Okay, is that clear? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let us discuss the next one. TDS on purchase of immovable property. Okay, immovable means you'll be knowing that it can be a land, building, and other stuff which will be considered. So as a immovable properties. For that also we has to pay the taxes. I think you'll be aware of that. One like a yearly once per annum we are going to pay based on our land the taxes, land tax. Am I right? So you'll be getting a notice from the government. You will be paying based on that. So here also who will be going to applicable for that and will be going to pay that. So then let us discuss in depthly. So any person is responsible for paying. So each and every person will be responsible to pay the land or building and all the taxes. So any sum of the exceeds 50 lakhs as a consideration. If it is the property or if the land is more than 50,000, it is 50 lakhs means it's worth rupees 50 lakhs means. So they have to. And for the transport or a immovable property other than the agricultural land. So agricultural land and all there is won't be any taxes will be charged. So there is a nil rated. So we won't be charging. Government point they have already declared that for the agriculture purpose and all they won't be collecting the taxes. And to a resident that should be a particularly it should be a resident as well as it should be liable to deduct at 1% per annum. 1% the TDS amount will be going to deduct from the based on your property. It can be if it is more than worth rupees 50 lakhs means obviously you have to pay the tax. Okay. For the payment made for the installment, TDS will be deducted on each installment. Just take it as an example. If you bought an if you recently if you bought an any rental any properties if your purchase is if you're paying any installment wise or any other stuff it means in that particular time the person the one deductor can deduct and they can pay behalf of you or else if you want you can pay based on the installment wise also. Okay, and TAN is mandatory for the deductor. So one who are deducting sorry TAN not mandatory for the deductor because it's a individual kind of things. So TAN number is not mandatory for the deductor as there is not transactions of a routine in nature. So it is not a routine in nature. So it is not a continuous process. It is not a recurring expenses. So it will be based on the things. If you are paid certain amount for a certain period means obviously it is more than enough. So that's the same. And also all general rules applicable except where the deductor has to be individual or it is not a subject for the audit at previous year. TDS provision shall not be applicable. So here for the deductor, you should be an individual and you should not work in any audit sectors and the provision is not applicable. If you work under any audit sectors and all means the provision will be not be applicable. You can't be able to file that. Okay, so that is what the thing. Understood? The last slide. Any doubts? Hello, guys. Hello.
No,
Are you all there? Are you all getting sleep?
no, ma'am.
Anyway, you guys are not feeling well, and obviously you'll be going to sleep, I guess. Second, guys. Okay, fine. Next, we have a payment on rent by certain individuals or Hindu undivided family. So, if they particularly is not dealing with a company or any kind of things, is alone. If we dealing entrepreneurs, okay, it is particularly appear for the entrepreneurs. Means in that situation, what will be the section? So you can see that section 194, 1 B, high B. So this is what the section you can see An individual or Hindu undivided family not liable to audit under section 44ab. So not liable to audit under section 44ab and responsible for paying a rent to resident. Okay. So if the resident means the responsibility will be the resident who was staying there in India, exceeded of 50,000 per month or a part of the month. Okay. So if it is a rent is more than 50,000 means they have to, as well as shall deduct the tax of 2% last month of the year. Okay, last month of the year means in the month of February. So at the time of the vacating or of the before vacating particular home, the person has to they have to pay 2% of TDS for the government. Okay, TDS will be deducted at 20% if they don't have a PAN number. Okay, so here without PAN number also that person can pay for the government. Okay, is that clear? Hello.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So next we have a fees for professional and technical services. So already we have learned in the accrued expenses. It's the same thing, fees, professional as well as the technical services. Who will be the deductor and who will be the deductee and what is the limitations for that? Everything will be seen in depthly here. Any persons other than an individuals or into undivided family who is paying and some by the way of fees for the professional services, fees for the technical services, remunerations of directions including salary, royalty, as well as a payment in the nature of non complete fees. So these and all the sector. So the deductor can deduct the amount. Okay. So deductor can deduct the amount from for this based on this sectors, as well as in the case of individual, if he belongs to individual or into undivided family, individual is dealing with, automatically the section will be applicable only if it will be applicable in this criteria. The gross recipient from the business, okay, business exceeds 1 crore or more than that. 1 crore or more than that means automatically he has to pay the professional tax as well as the technical taxes. The gross receipt from the professions exceed 50 lakhs. Okay, based on his profession, if it is exceeds 50 lakhs, okay, exceeds 50 lakhs is a receipt. Receipt, okay, receipt means income. Income is based on the professions is exceed 50 lakh also he has to pay. Okay, so in this case, individual or a into undivided by both the persons has to pay. If it is in the business is exceeds of 1 crore, he has to pay. In the company, individual if he is dealing means the receipt if it is increased 50 lakhs per annum means he has to pay. So that is two things. So limits the TDS to be deducted only if aggregate amount of paid likely to be paid during the financial year exceeds 50,000. Okay, that is for the new rule. So 2000 April 2025. So there is no such limit for payment made to be a director. Okay, here no need of paying director and all extra amount and making a middleman and all. So you can directly if your amount is exceeds of 50,000. So professional charges if it is exceeds 50,000 per month. Just take it as example as a professional charges if they are paying me. So since I'm teaching, so if they are paying me 50,000 per month means they have to deduct the TDS from my and they have to pay for the government. Okay, so the professional taxes and all the amount will be services and all it will be 10 percentage, guys. Okay, so fees for the technical services will be 2%. So technical service it will be 2% and professional charges it will be a 10%. So if they don't have a PAN number means obviously it will be 20%. Is that clear? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you all getting sleepy?
No, ma'am.
Hello, guys. Okay, fine. Let us discuss next. Payment for the certain sums by the certain individuals of Hindu undivided family. So here, is special cases for the certain amount based on the sum of the amount, total amount based on the individual. If they are dealing with individually or if they're entrepreneurs or a single company, single man will be running the company means in that situation, what will be the section means you can see that any individuals or in the undivided family not covered under the tax audit. So you should not covered under the tax audit. responsible to paying any sum of the sum to the resident. Okay, so they have to pay by themselves itself. Since it's a direct tax, we can pay directly for the government without TAN number. Also, no problem. They can pay directly for the government. Okay, for the contract work by the way of the fees of professional services or commissions or a brokerage. So based on this criteria, so if they have willing to, they have paid, as already I have told you that if they have got more than 1 crore in the business, so then they are liable to pay. And also in the receipt means in the total income, if they are getting more than 50 lakhs, means obviously that person, individual also should pay 10 percentage of technical service, 10 percentage of professional charges, 2 percentage of technical services. Okay, shall be deducted tax at 2 percentage. As also, if the aggregate sum paid to be credited during the financial year 50 lakhs. I already I said you that if it is a 50 lakhs means also they have to pay the 10 percentage of TDS. Okay, time of the reductions. So before paying, before crediting, the pay, you can see that credit to the such sum of the account of the pay. Pay means the deductive or who are employee. Okay, on you before giving them, they have to deduct the amount and time of such payment. Okay, before paying the amount, you have to be careful and you have to deduct, and later you have to pay for that employee. Okay, TDS will be deducted 20% if they don't have a PAN number. Is that clear? Hello, guys. Am I going?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I going too fast? Hello, guys.
No, ma'am.
Let's go ahead with the next payment of certain amount in the cash. So if you're dealing with the cash, so that for that also we have a TDS. Okay. So sometimes we'll be having a huge amount, but we'll see, we'll think that so we don't need to pay the taxes, but you have to pay the taxes. Okay. So payment on the certain amount in cash, section 194N. So shall deduct the tax at 2% on the amount exceeds of rupees 1 crore. If it is a 1 crore, if it is exceeds 1 crore means, so you have to you have to pay 2 percentage. So which and all the criteria means, you can see the a banking company or a cooperative or a society, so cooperative society or a post office. Based on this, anything is fine. If you go ahead with the cash, if you have a cash means you can just go ahead with the 2 percentage and you can pay the taxes in the form of bank or a cooperative society or in the form of any company prospective. You can go and you can file, as well as in the post office also we have varieties of things. So whichever you feel comfortable, you can just go ahead and pay. And paying any sum of the aggregate of sums exceeds of rupees 1 crore, if it is a 1 crore cash during the previous year. If you have got a true 1 crore cash in the previous year means, based on that you are going to use these are the criteria and you'll be going to pay. Okay, and from any account maintained by the recipient. If they are dealing with, if the recipient is maintaining any accounts of yours, the cash transaction, everything, if they are maintaining means, based on that you have to pay the, if it is exceeds to 1 crore means, so based on that you are going to pay the 2 percentage TDS amount for the government. The limit for 1 crore shall be replaced by the 20 lakhs in the case of individuals who have not filed IT returns in the 3 years. In case, okay, already you have got in the previous 1 crore, but still if from 3 years you didn't file any returns filings and all, you didn't pay the TDS for the government means, at last what the thing will happen is 20 lakh will be standard amount, it will be there, as well as based on that you will be going to pay extra amount also, so that you will be going to learn in the future time how much you're going to pay. Okay, so extra for the, you can see for 1 crore 20 lakhs you're going to pay for as a penalty for the government. Okay, all general rules applicable except whether the deductor is individuals or it is not subject to the tax audit previous year, and TDS provisions will not be applicable. The same rules will be applicable for each and every taxes paying. Okay, and here they have given with the example, guys. You can see that applicable TDS rate. So income tax returns filed in the past 3 years. If you have filed means, the 2% will be that. TDS rate will be 2%, and threshold limit will be on the amount exceeds 1 crore. If you have a If it is a 1 crore, exceeds 1 crore means you'll be paying 2%. If you did not fail for 3 years, okay, in the case of if you did not fail for 3 years means, so 2% on the amount of exceeding rupees 20 lakh up to 1 crore, okay. So like 20 lakhs will be your penalty amount, and it will be standard fixed because since you didn't file for 3 years, and based on the 1 crore they will be going to file 2% each, as well as if it is more than 1 crore, okay, if it is up to 1 crore means you'll be paying 20 lakhs plus 2%. If it is more than 1 crore means you'll be going to pay 5%. Is that clear? Hello guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that is what the thing. So here you're going to learn in depth, guys. So you can see that we have a bank also, and we have a Mr. Ronald also, the taxpayer. So here you can see income tax return filed in past 3 years. Okay, he has bank is filed. Okay, there are one of the person he has filed for the tax for the government in the bank. They went and they filed. So you can see withdrawal exceeds 1 crore in the financial year. Okay, exceeds 1 crore in the financial year. 2% amount will be exceeded for 1 crore. Okay, 2% you are going to pay for 1 crore. Okay, here you can see Mr. Ronaldo income tax return not filed. Here the bank has filed income tax. The some person has paid and he has returned and he has given and he has paid 2% every month. He has followed the step without fail. But here you can see Mr. Ronaldo is not filed for 3 years, and at the time he was going to file for the 4th year. What will the thing will happen? We can see that at 2% on the amount exceeds of 2 lakhs. Okay, if it is exceeds of 2 lakhs, if he is getting more than 2 lakhs means, so based on that 2 lakh, sorry 20 lakh, based on the 20 lakhs you'll be going to pay 2%. Okay, here you can see based on 20 lakhs you'll be going to pay 2% at 5% on the amount exceeds for 1 crore. If it is exceeds for 1 crore means you'll be paying 5%. Here you can see if it is exceeds 1 crore also you'll be going to pay only 2%. But since they did not pay for past 2 years, so they will be having a penalty. So based on 20 lakhs only, you'll be going to pay 2%. And if it is a more than 1 crore means obviously you'll be paying 5%. So for each and everything. So that is how it will be. Okay. So let us see another case study. You can see here Ronaldo withdrawal of one case study they have given with been filed. Okay, if they are filed has been filing IT returns for 3 years. So if they maintain regularly for each and every year, if they maintain means how the transaction will be. So let me explain that. So Ronaldo is withdrawing one crore 20 lakhs. So now Ronaldo is withdrawing cash of 1 crore 20 lakhs. So he has been filed IT returns for the 3 years. He has filed for the last 3 years also. Since the exceeds of the threshold limit will be 1 crore. Okay, threshold limit will be 1 crore. Bank needs to be deduct 2% of rupees 20 lakhs. Okay, 2% based on the 20 lakhs. They will be charging 2%. Okay, the TDS amount will be 20 lakh into 2% means it will be 40,000. Okay, 40,000 will be going to deduct. The bank will be going to deduct, and net amount will be paid to Ronald. Okay, net amount that will be paid to Ronald 1,20,000, 1 crore 20,000, 20 lakhs minus 40,000. The tax amount they are going to minus is equals to how much you are going to pay for Ronald. It will be 1 crore 19 lakh 60,000 will be paid to Ronald if you are maintained regularly means. Okay, is that clear? So only 40,000 will be going to deduct. Is that clear? Hello, are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the next will be in the case of if he did not pay. Okay, if he did not file for 3 years, what is the situation it will be? You can see Ronaldo withdrawal 1 crore 20 lakhs. He has not filed IT returns for past 3 years. Okay, here you can see since it is exceeding the threshold limit of 20 lakhs, it is exceeded from the 20 lakhs. So the bank needs to deduct 2% on 80 lakh. So since it's a more than 1 crore, so you can see if we did not pay for 1 crore, more than 1 crore means it will be a 5% plus, as well as 2% also he has to pay penalty. So that is what the thing. So 2% on 80 lakhs and rupees, that will be rupees 1 lakh 60,000. Based on 80 lakh, they have did the 2% means it will be 1 lakh 60,000. And also they will be going to do 5% on 20 lakhs. So 5% on 20 lakhs, where they will be having a standard rate. So standard rate based on that. So 5% it will be 1 lakh. So you can see that 2 lakh 60,000. So TDS amount will be 2 lakh 60,000. Net amount to be will be paid for Ronaldo. So 1 crore 20 lakh minus 2 lakh 60,000. So you can see that 1 crore 17 lakh 40,000 will be paid for the Ronaldo. So that is how it will be. So since it's a direct tax will be deducted directly, guys. So from the bank perspective there itself, if he has regular in nature means obviously no problem. He'll be getting the actual amount 1 crore 19 lakh and all he'll get. If he is not paying, if he is not filing for regular based means obviously this is what the situation will happen. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Let us go for the next one. Payment of certain sums by the e-commerce operator to e-commerce participant. Section 194. Oh, okay, already you'll be knowing that what is e-commerce means. So if you are ordered through any online websites means you'll be undergoing with this. So here you can see an e-commerce operator is liable to deduct TDS of rupees 0.1 percentage. So while like if you order means anyway you'll be going to pay. So in particular time, what they will going to do, they will be collecting 0.1 percentage TDS amount from you, and on the amount of sales or services of both made by the resident e-commerce participant through the platform of provided by the e-commerce at the time of the credit of such amount or a time of payment, whichever is earlier. So you'll be going to collect from the customers. So where you're going to credit the amount. Before crediting, what you're going to do, you'll be going to generate the bill, adding the TDS also, and you'll be getting a amount generated from the particular customer. Is that clear? So you'll be understanding clearly. So if I show this, so you can see that case study. Jonathan will be the e-commerce participant. Okay, he'll be the e-commerce participant because so already you'll be knowing that, you'll be aware of this. So if you are dealing with the e-commerce means the e-commerce, the supplier will be separate, some person. Okay, we have a separate Zomato transporter, and we have a Swiggy transporter, and we have a e-commerce something and all express transporter, and we have varieties of services. Am I right? Transport sectors we have. Are you all aware of that? Yes. So the participants will be different. So what they will do means they will be going to, they will be having a contract between the Swiggy or a Zomato. And if you order means automatically there, that person, Swiggy person or a Zomato person, they'll go and they'll catch with that particular hotel or a restaurant, and they'll get the food and they'll be going to deliver for the customer. So this is what exactly the cycle system will work. Let us go with the thing. So Jonathan is listing the items of Zomato and customer order through the e-commerce platform. The Jonathan, since he is the recipient, he has to deliver the goods. So what he will be going to do means he will be going to list out the what and all the product he has received from the customer. By the weekly basis or a monthly basis, Zomato settling the payment with the Jonathan. So what they will going to do means, so here since there is a there is a transaction is happening through e-commerce operator as well as customer. So whatever the amount, okay, whatever the amount he will be going to receive from the customer, the Zomato boy will be going to receive. So in that situation, Zomato company will be operator will be receiving everything, and later what they will going to do means weekly wise or a monthly wise they will be going to give for Jonathan. Okay, so that is what the thing. And here you can see Zomato deducts 0.1% as a TDS, and remaining amount will be paid to the Jonathan. So here what will be the e-commerce operator will do means what and all the customer amount he has received, everything he'll keep by himself. Weekend or a month end he'll go for the Janardhan office, particularly for his restaurant, and he'll pay each and every amount, and he'll be going in the total amount he'll be going to deduct 0.1%, 1 percentage of amount as a TDS. So and he'll give rest of the amount for that particular recipient participant. Is that clear? And he'll pay, the e-commerce will be going to pay 0.1% as a TDS amount for the government. Is that clear? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, next we have exceptions. In the e-commerce, participant is an individual or an into undivided family, doesn't matter. Cross further sales of goods and services both during the financial year that not exceeds of rupees 5 lakh. Okay, it should not exceed. So gross total amount sales goods or services good both during the previous year does not exceeds 5 lakhs. It should not exceed 5 lakhs. As well as the e-commerce participant has a furnished his PAN and other card. So you should have a PAN and other card, as well as TDS not applicable. And also TDS will be applicable if he don't have a PAN number means. Okay, so that is what a and that is what the thing. Exception. These are the case of exception. Any doubts? Hello guys.
No.
Anyone have any doubts? Okay, so these things, one second guys. Okay, so rest of the things we will discuss tomorrow. Is that okay? Hello guys. Okay, fine. So I'll be explaining tomorrow the rest of the concepts. So and from Wednesday onwards, we'll start with the practical. Do you have any doubts in any concepts? Okay, fine, guys. I'll be going to wind up the session. You guys can continue with practicing, and please do go through recordings since you guys are not attended the last previous classes. Go through recordings, and if you have any doubts, you can reach out to me and go through the e-learnings also. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys. Okay, you guys can carry on. Take care and enjoy your day. See you all on tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.